Menchú was born on January 9, 1959, to a poor Indian peasant family and raised in a Kinch branch of the Mayan culture. In her early years, she helped with the family farm work, either in the northern highlands where her family lived or on Pacific coast, where both adults and children went to pick coffee on the big plantations.
Rigoberta Menchú soon became involved in social reformist activities through the Catholic Church and became prominent in the women's rights movement when still only a teenager. Such reform work aroused considerable opposition in the individual circles, especially after the guerrilla organization established itself area. The Manchu family was accused of taking part in the activities, and Rigoberta's father, Vicente, was imprisoned and tortured for the Algeria, having participated in the accession of the local plantation owner. After his release, he joined the recently founded Committee of the Patients Union.
1879, Rigoberta joined the CUC. That year, her brother was arrested, tortured, and killed by the army. The following year, her father was killed when security forces in the capital stormed the Spanish embassy, where he and some other peasants were staying. Shortly afterwards, her mother also died after being arrested, tortured, and raped. Rigoberta became increasingly active in the CUC and taught herself Spanish as well as other Mayan languages. In 1980, she figured prominently in a strike the CUC organized for better conditions for farm workers on the Pacific coast. And on May 1st, 1981, she was active in a large demonstrations in the capital. She joined the radical 31st of January Popular Front, in which her contribution chiefly consisted of educating the Indian peasant population in resistance to massive military oppression.
In 1981, Rigoberta Macho has to go and hide in Guatemala and then fly to Mexico. That marked the beginning of the new phase in her life. As the organizer abroad for the resistance to operation in Guatemala and the struggle of the Indian peasant people rights. In 1982, she took a part in the founding of the Joint Opposition Body, the United Representation of the Guatemala Opposition RUOG. In 1983, she told her life story to Elizabeth Burgos Debray. The resulting book, called in English I, Rigoberta Macho, is a grabbing human document which attracts considerable international attention. In 1986, Rigoberta Macho became member of the Nation Coordinating Committee of the CUC, and the following year she performed as the natural in the powerful film called When the Mountains Tremble, about the struggle and the suffering of the Maya people. On at the last three occasions, Rigoberta Menchú had to return to Guatemala to build up the cause of the Indian peasants, but the death threats have forced her to return into the exile.
Years, Rigoberta Menchú has become widely known as a leading advocate of Indian rights and ethno-cultural reconciliation, not only in Guatemala, but in the Western Hemisphere generally, and her work has earned her several international awards, such as in 1992 Nobel Peace Prize in recognition of her work for social justice and ethno-cultural reconciliation based on respect for the rights of indigenous people. In 1998, Prince of Austria's Prize for improving the condition of women and the communities they serve. In 2010, Order of the Asiatic Eagle.